Ladies and gents, this is it. Start of the beginning here for the regular season. Welcome to Blacklist International versus Bren.
Okay. Top three most career most picked heroes actually for a few. It's the Valentina, and this is how you know this man's been playing for so long. The second is the Selena. Yeah. He's been playing it for a long time. 37 picks on that hero.
When was that?
What
When was the
happened
last
to her?
time? I don't know, man. Just so many better options right now available. That's all. That's all there is.
Yeah. So now what Apbr first and foremost has to watch out for is again the potential speed and sudden power spike provided by their core four outside of their marksmen.
Yep.
The Rafa, the Faramis, the Fredrin, and the Turizla. We know how well these two mesh in terms of the objective team fighting and how well they can do longer team fights with how tanky they are and how quickly the Ghost Bursters and the skills of the Rafaela as well go off of cooldown. That the Turizla and then the Fredrin can just tank, annoy, control, while Apbr will be wondering why can't we take them down. So Apbr needs to watch out for that. On the side of Blacklist, just have to watch out for the fact that Ogwin and Few can mess your rotations up.
Yeah, nothing seems to be a bit off at all for itemization and emblem builds, so we're going to see a pretty classic one here. But yeah, the level 4s are coming up here, and Kyle TZ seems to be more confident than I normally see him in. Spacing it off against that turtle, and Ogwin has full vision of Renegade, who can't really do like anything crazy as of the moment.
Well, again, this is where Bren, based on the stats, they usually shine, right?
Oh,
we
it's a
know it,
collapse.
but actually they just want to fight. Look at this. Already they get the Nether Realm out. They're actually still going to go big play and stun there. So now with that, that's a flicker down from Edward. He does not have that available for the penalty zone here.
Yeah, and one of the earliest Nether Realms I've ever seen in the fight happen.
Yeah.
I was like, they're making sure that no kills will be given over.
Yeah, they couldn't afford to lose Edward.
Ogwin gonna charge up, gonna miss the shot here. Sensui though, gonna grab the turtle. First blood also going to the hands of Edward. Didn't need the flicker for that fight. Still able to land the penalty zone and the first blood.
Yeah, a normal, honest turtle fight at the end of the day. It was just Sensui who won the retribution battle. Although I believe the effect of the Edward entry with the penalty zone was bigger than Ogwin's entry. He didn't get the Tyrant's Rage off, and the Tyrant's Revenge that he used to entry actually wasn't able to hit anyone substantial. So Blacklist will be able to walk away with it. Still a very close game.
Yeah, it's definitely looking like it. But what's very interesting here, Edward being given such a hard time here with Pakido, which is actually something you'd expect. They're not really doing the cut fight right now because Edward doesn't seem to be confident enough to push into the back lines. So that's something that you get when you get a Pakido.
Yeah, and it's the same thing for Flap Teasy. You know that you're up against a Faramis and the Rafaela that can roam around really quickly. So he also has to be careful and watch his timings when it comes to the cutting.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for this, for Bren, is just kind of playing around the mobility that's expected from Blacklist International, as well as the kind of extra layers of health, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's something that they have to deal with. Ogwin gonna jump in. Oh, he's gonna get stunned by the Holy Baptism, though. So just canceling it out. They're stopping that, all that initiation there. So Bren has to back off.
Yeah, and since Ogwin was stunned, actually, Renegade doesn't have his ultimate available, but Ogwin still does.
Yeah, pretty much safety is the priority here for Renegade. And yeah, ultimates, they're counting the minutes, they're counting the seconds. Is it going to be ready to go once they decide it is G time? And looks like Blacklist just playing a lot more safer here with the lineup they have. Seems like they are waiting for Oheb. The timer is ticking.
And now you see in your map, actually, now that Bren had that info, that's when Flap Teasy would cut. So he is checking where the Raphael and the Faramis are. Quick item update, Berserker's Fury already for that clip, and Blade of the Heptaseas already up for that Brody.
We're getting there, folks. Right now, obviously, Bren still have a very tanky boxer right up front with Ogwin in tow. And Flap Teasy on the back, hunting down Yue. Where this guy going to try to force the Nether Realm, but Yue's just not falling for it.
Not going to fall for it. Turtle less than half health. Ogwin going to get the stun they're looking for. There's the Nether Realm, though. Can they last the fight? Still going to be working for it. Kyle TZ planning up on the back side of the turtle. Flap TZ going to jump in. Sensui gets the turtle. They're still working for it, and Flap's going to fall. No one going down for Blacklist International.
Wow, a very early retribution from Kyle TZ. both a K and both a T, folks. Excuse me. And Apbr, they fought that as well as they could, but then Rockhard, you mentioned it. Yue was just really holding on to that nether realm, and once it popped, it was great. Flapteasy, unfortunate, he got a really good double knockup with his combo, but the timer of the crowd control just went down in time for Sensui to put down that Retribution.
That's 2 Retribution 50-50s, battle 1 in a row by Sensui right now, who seem to be feeling right.
Ogwin gonna be, okay, he gets out, fine. Sensui was on him though. Now Kyle TZ there to help out. Poke's not gonna land from few though. Still gonna be duking it out. And this is just showing how, I guess, confident you could say Blacklist International is early on right now, dealing with Apbr. And now the bottom lane, the next target, Ogwin gonna charge up here. No target found.
Yeah, and toward the part, remember, not going to be enough to actually deal enough damage. So Blacklist going to be backing off, battered and bruised a little bit, but seems to be, should be ready to go back in. Now this Onion lineup, man, this is excellent. This is excellent right now for the sustain. A lot of teams are actually emulating this, right?
Yep.
The Faramis, the Rafaela, so many healing. Apbr just need to outplay it somehow.
Oh, Maltese gonna jump in. Sensui, Ogwin with the Flicker Rage combination. Netherrealm to come out. Edward making his way. He's on the hunt. Who's he gonna penalty zone? The rest of the team gonna be fighting it out. Goes in. Kyle TZ falls alongside Ogwin. Blacklist International with a response play.
Man, Apbr, they keep trying to pull the trigger. They're getting what they need to get, but again, you see right before your eyes where the Faramis really has risen up yet again in terms of priorities after the Week 3 patch. Netherrealm, just way too good. Double sustain, way too good.
You know what's funny? Did they buff it? I don't think they like did any huge like adjustments.
They
right?
didn't. They didn't.
What's up? They just changed the name.
Yeah, they just changed the name. And people just realize as well, like, oh wait, Faramis is great. Oh wait, the healing is back. All right, let's do that.
Look how difficult it is making Apbr peel the layers of this ube for some reason. Yeah. It's back, and it just feels so much stronger now.
Yeah, actually, I need to point out here the great itemization by both teams. A lot of their frontliners, specifically the XP laners and the junglers, actually rushed Dreadnought armors. And then now you actually see an anti-cuirass as well on the Terizla and one on the Baksha. So they're both respecting each other's physical damage output. Because yes, in this scenario, the magic damage won't be quite there yet. But it will come to a point where the Faramis and the Novaria damage has to be respected by both squads. That's when the Radiant armors will start coming in. And speaking of which, Fredrin already has one on him, and the Baksha of Kyle TZ is on the way to building that as well.
Again, a mid lane focus here. All 3 turtles being claimed by Blacklist International is not something that Apbr is usually used to being in, right? I mean, they're the ones that are usually getting all 3 turtles. That's why we talked about that percentage before we got into this matchup. So right now, Blacklist International, based on that and everything else they've been doing, they've garnered themselves a nice little lead here. Nearly 4,000 gold. Assault in the mid lane. Ogwin gonna jump in again. Still gonna be working for it. They get the Netherrealm out. Oheb on the run. Whoa. They have to disengage a little bit. Edward gonna be in trouble. Quite tanky himself though. Few not gonna land the shot. Edward's still alive. Everybody gets out with their lives.
Which is something that you wouldn't really be able to say if it were a different team probably. But with this lineup that they created or they've been using, I don't know who actually resurfaced this. I think it was Banana in the previous days. It's proving to be very difficult even for a high caliber lineup like Bren has.
Yeah, it'll get to the point where Apbr will just really wait for Super Marco's damage, and Few as well. Yeah. Because at least the good news for Few and Apbr is that, and for Super Marco, is that Blacklist do want to stay within the Netherrealm, which leaves them susceptible to all the damage that the Novaria and the Clint can bring out. Yeah. So even despite this lead, it will come to a point where Blacklist will be feeling the damage of Apbr, but that is not that moment right now.
Yeah, keep your eyes on the prize here. Few has maximum vision right now.
Oh, Edward gonna jump in, keep the Kyle TZ at bay. That is an easy Lord secured here for Blacklist International. Apbr couldn't get close and flap the whole time, pushing down that bottom lane.
Yeah, so they gotta open it up somehow. We've seen more teams recently not overly commit on that first Lord because they know that, hey, as long as it's just the first Lord anyway, they don't need to worry so much about giving it up. So good thing Apbr also didn't fully commit, but look at Sensui trying to bait something out of Apbr.
Yeah, they're pushing it. Holy Baptism follow. It's Kyle Teasy, though. He's not tanky enough. Ogun going to jump in a little bit too late. Netherrealm to follow. Now Ogun going to be the target. He's fully marked up. Oheb grabs a double. And now they're going to be rolling up top with the Lord here.
As the kids say, this lineup is sticky AF, man. I don't know how they're going to peel out of that one. Even Ogun, even a Baksha, a Kufr are just having a hard time in.
Now the top side, top turret going to be worked on. Flap TZ trying to buy some time for the team. Oh, he almost got away. And Oheb denied him. Gets the kill there, another turret. AP Bren holding on to their base inhibitor turrets for now.
Gold lane's ballooning. What the items looking like, Renmar?
BOD up, already up to a BOD is that Brody. Still only up to an endless battle is Super Marco. He'll be on the way to building the Malefic Roar. And folks, 11 minutes and almost 30 seconds in, it is 7-0 in kills in favor of Blacklist. 3 turtles, a Lord, and 6 towers broken.
They've had all the major objectives on their side, as well as most of the turrets. Man, that's going to balloon their value so much, but I don't think the game is over yet.
Still a little early to tell, but right now Blacklist International obviously in the driver's seat. Super Marco quite low in the damage department. He just picked up the Malefic Roar. He was about, I think it was 2,000 or so gold behind in comparison to Oheb. And Oheb, now that he's stacked up on kills as well, he's very far ahead. So AP Bren, they got to catch up there, and that does, once again, rely a lot here on Super Marco.
And they are going to be catching up on the itemization. Damage received through the roof, obviously, for Kyle TZ, who's had a really hard time just getting out of a sticky situation that this lineup of Blacklist has been putting them in.
Yeah, and that's considering the fact that he already has an anti-harass and a Guardian Helmet. It's just every time Blacklist see Kyle TZ, they go on him. They don't stop. Let's look at the items of the mid laners. Already 3 core items built by the Tharamis, and on the way to a third is Fused Novaria.
Yeah.
Both already have lightning truncheons.
I think right now, Apbr is just waiting for Captain Few here to get those items, make those Astral Recalls hurt, and then maybe they can get into a position to maybe contest for a fight. But the regen's also increasing here as time goes by with a Rafaela getting these items.
Yeah. The thing for that AP Bren has going for them, though, is that, let's see if Flap Teasy will actually read into this, up top, is that it's going to be difficult to siege against them. So a victory here from Blacklist will come from, after an objective fight, 3 or 4 members of AP Bren will go down, maybe a wipeout, then they end to siege. If Blacklist tried to go for a slow, honest siege into the base, it's going to be difficult. You're up against a Novaria, you're up against a Clint.
Yeah, these are big questions here that have to be answered later on for sure. Astral Echo going to be missing out a few people here, and that's going to be a Lord, but will be exchanged at least this time with a turret up top.
I think like Renmar said, you know, AP Bren, at this current state, being this far behind, it might be better off that they just defend in their base.
Yep.
Right.
They do have the tools to be able to do that at least for another while here. That's why you see also just Flap TZ putting pressure where he can. This is why we know teams like to pick down Paquito. But again, how much time can you buy, right? If Blacklist International somehow blunders this Lord push, then it could be a situation where AP Bren has been before and they flip the table right away. So even with this lead, Blacklist International has to approach this very carefully, and we'll see if this kind of Ube, this updated Ube strat for them even works here, because right now that Necklace of Durance was also picked up by Few recently.
Yep.
So that should help a little bit here.
Okay, Siege is on. Almost fully built is the Brody of Blacklist International, while Clint still only has 2 swords on him, trying to build that last item coming in. I believe it's going to, it's not going to be concealed. But let's see what he builds up. Oh, that's a concealed.
They want to go.
Yep, they're going to push the conceal here. Here's the response, though. UA and Renegade in position. This could be the counter punch if they actually press this on, but they're going to go ahead and go back. Edward, not a part of this. He has to do the lane duty on the bottom side.
Yeah, I
So
think they have to keep doing this, try to proc out that Netherrealm and just keep dishing damage as much as possible. Because, yeah, USB become a really big problem here for Blacklist with the way that he is controlling that Netherrealm.
Okay, so Blade of Despair already built up by the Clint. Wow, the Rose Gold Meteor just built up by the Brody. So now it's full built for Oheb's Brody. One more item here, but at this point, Bren has the items they need for their marksman. For the mid laner, though, had to build a Necklace of Durans, did a few to reduce the healing just a little bit. There's still a lot coming out from the side of Blacklist International in terms of the healing department. So Bren have the tools they need to potentially go for a surprise swing around in an objective team fight, or more safely, a turnaround from within the base. But again, they have to really be careful with those objective fights, because all throughout, it's just Blacklist been winning them, and this Rafaela Faramis combo is making it look easy for them.
Yeah, it's really difficult, and it's a reason why Rafaela just such a good pick right now. Almost plug and play for a lot of lineups, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just making life hard for Captain Few, who is, again, the biggest deal of the Novaria, obviously, is to try to poke people back, poke people around, and force them to go back to base, force them to retreat. That's not happening here because of the Rafaela healing.
I think even with all that, Bren has done as much as they could given the circumstances, right?
With the line that they have.
Yeah, with the lineup that they have, they're still behind quite a bit. They have a lot of work to do here, but as this next Lord comes up, I think that's the decision they still have to make. Renmar already said it, right? Mostly Super Marco has the items he needs, but is it the right choice to actually fight face-to-face with Blacklist International? Right now, it looks like they actually want to fight for the positioning. Putting Flap TZ on that bottom side. Edward going to jump in with a penalty zone. He's going to take the shots, though. Has the heal, sustainability. Sensui gets the Lord.
Chase. It's a pincer.
TZ might be looking for this sandwich play, but they're so fast.
Yeah.
Blacklist International just moves too fast right now to actually pull off the pincer.
That's the speed you get with a holy healing here, folks.
Yep.
Everyone just feels like they're on a rush to get home.
Yep. And Bren made the right call there to try and force Blacklist to maybe even bait them out into a fight. But Blacklist know better. And you saw Bren really, there was a great concept to it. Flap TZ could have pincered them, ganked them, and it would have been 4 from the front, 1 from the back. It would have been painful for Blacklist, but no, the holy healing again. But now you're feeling the damage of the Novaria on Few. It's there.
Without the holy healing, that would have been the right timing, but they were just too fast to get into position, group up together. The pincer failed because of that.
Well, let's see if they can do it. They have to respect the damage. It's there.
Oh my goodness.
Bren is online. And you saw the last item locked in from Super Marco as well to deal with his siege. Still Edward can jump in with his penalty zone. Immortality going to be popped here. He's going to be in a bad situation. Netherrealm, though, comes through. Edward still going to be alive for now. Can they battle it out? Oheb going for it too. The stun is there. Kyle falls. Sensui going to be the next target. Winter tries to stay alive. But it's Super Marco to answer back. It's a 1-for-1.
If that Appraiser's Breath went down, just a 0.2 second difference. Yes, I calculated. That would have been the difference between winning that whole team fight altogether.
Yeah, you're damn right.
He's going to get his health back.
Yeah, damn right there, Rockhart. You also have to commend Flap TZ for being able to land that knockout strike just in time, but you got to commend
here it is.
and his clutch. Not Cult Altar, Netherrealm. Sometimes you just can't shake off all damage. Look at that. He even flickered in to make sure that he would be able to save. Edward right on time. And if that was 2 deaths on the side of Blacklist, Bren could have chased. But that was a big save there by Yue!
And great movement as well from Bren, man. That was a very difficult scenario they had to navigate through.
Yeah.
And they came out with it with basically their heads intact.
Again, base fully exposed, though, but still great defense.
Great defense, and they can still continue defending like this. They really just have to watch their positioning, especially Edward. Super Marco's getting caught out a little bit too much for my taste here, but look at the damage dealt by Few and Super Marco. Ogren goes in.
Ogren gonna jump in again. Oh! Renegade
Pop!
just taken care of, but he's still gonna be alive for now. Edward now down the mid lane they go. Netherrealm again from Yue, keeping Bren at bay. But those are resources down here. Bren knows it. You're going to press down the mid lane. They get the tier 1. Lord now spawning. And those are some crucial tools down for Blacklist International. They got to buy some time to allow those things to be up again.
Beautiful counterattack there by Bren. Just making Blacklist work for their survival here.
All right, are they going to dance? How long are they going to dance? It's still full 5v5. And folks, AP Bren can turn this around. They have the items that they need. It's still 8-1 in kills. They still need to solve playing around the damage or the healing by the Rafaela, the repositioning provided by her, the Netherrealm of the Faramis. But Blacklist International need to acknowledge that it's high noon, because that Clint hurts.
That's right. Blacklist says we have an army. They say we have a Clint.
Exactly.
It's okay, girl. That's what Clint says also, right?
Yeah.
But it's not high noon just yet. Blacklist International going to force them back. Edward going to jump in. Right on Super Marco, but he's going to get stunned now. Immortality going to be popped again. He goes down. Super Marco unleashing here. Netherrealm there. Flap Teasy now joining the fight. Oakwood's going to jump in. Everybody's pickings. Flap Teasy not going to be able to find his targets just yet. Kyle Teasy on the run. Too few to follow. Oh, and Immortality is there. Super Marco. Now it's high noon. AP Bren finds the win, and now they're on to the Lord.
What a swing there from AP Bren. That goal lead basically becoming negligible, and man, Super Marco is hitting like a truck.
The condition is now, and the condition is Super Marco. Again, another fantastic entry by Edward. But if Blacklist cannot take down Super Marco right away, Edward will get punished. And without the Terizla, that puts the pressure onto Fredrin, onto Sensui to defend. Ogwen, by the way, his entry along with Flap Teasy there was clutch. Super Marco flickered forward so that he'll be able to reach the enhanced basic attack. Coming in from the Clint onto Oheb. Now it's Blacklist with their backs against the wall.
Blacklist International wondering what happened to their almost 8,000 gold lead. AP Bren flipping the table around. And now they wait for this lore to march up in the top side. Base is going to be fully exposed here. So in a matter of minutes, they have nearly equalized the playing field.
Now that, ladies and gents, is how you flip a script, AP Bren style.
Remember what's at stake. Blacklist potentially going to third, and if Blacklist gets swept here, we will see a tiebreaker at the end of the day. AP Bren, will they end it here?
Whew, minutes pushed in here. Lord still has to be handled. And they have the damage they need as well. Probably going to wait for the next wave unless they push it. AP Bren waiting. They're happy with what they've garnered themselves already in the past few minutes.
Slow and steady wins the race. If we had that gold differential swing graph what we had before, that would show a huge mountain going up and down.
A huge valley. But now leaning towards the side of AP Bren. Now they are in a 4K gold lead. See a great Dragon Spear there as one of the last items by the Clint. Nothing too crazy. When he does bring out the ultimate, it does help him close the gap with the movement speed provided. And of course, the critical chances. I mean, we all know Clint loves the crit. That's why he builds that way.
Yeah.
I forgot the joke I wanted to make.
I know.
And that's why you see, actually.
I love how honest you are.
Yeah, of course I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie to our viewers.
All your brain cells were just focused on getting that right.
Yep, and somehow I got it wrong.
That's when you just say, it's high noon.
Dude, it just make sound effects. Things like that. Sensui and Edward. Twilight Armor. Important builds for them. That they needed that because that's going to be their main item, especially up against Super Marco's damage.
All right. So, calm before the storm, ladies and gents.
Fuse stole it.
What's that?
Did he stole the
Fuse
orange
double
buff.
buffed.
I mean,
He's double buffed. He stole it with a Star Shatter.
that is maxed up, man. That is humongous damage coming in from Navaria here. Now, timer is ticking. Next Lord's going to be super duper crucial. Could actually determine the outcome of this battle altogether.
45%. One hit from the Star Shatter onto Yue reduces his health by 45%.
And you know, that when you think about it, that's actually so crucial too. Okay, Flap, he's going to be fine. That was also the penalty zone being used, but let's say if you lands one of those hits, right, the shatters here, then that forces the heal to come through, and then that's your little window of opportunity for AP Bren, right, to punish. Of course, you still got to get through the Netherrealm as well, but since everybody's fully itemized, the favor can be for AP Bren in terms of some of these fights. And that's why, now that the base is fully exposed, you see what Flap Teasy's doing. So
Yep.
someone has to go deal with Flapteasy.
All right, so here we are. Lord Dance number N. Going in, that's Edward.
Jumps in with the penalty zone again. Lord is just going to be forgotten for now, it looks like. Conceal also going to be used. Oakwin now on the hunt, going to charge up. Not going to find the target, but here comes Flapteasy from the backside. The Nether Realm is there. Does he have the support he needs? They're whittled down. It's Bren on the retreat. Appraiser's Wrath comes through. Flapteasy has the immortality, but he's going to get taken down by Oheb. Blacklist International with an answer of their own.
Wow, that's the damage from the Brody and the damage from the Faramis. Ghost Bursters, folks. You saw Faramis use it, you would pop it off, and the members of Bren's health whittled down quickly, paired up with a torn apart memory by Oheb. Bren need to be careful with engages like that, because if their condition and their damage is up, Blacklist also have that for them.
Well, with Kyle Teasy still up, they can still contest this Lord here. They know it. 37 seconds for Flapteasy to be up. Crucial how they want to approach this fight, knowing that they're down in terms of numbers. Sensui going to keep the Lord there. Edward going to jump in, trying to keep Kyle Teasy at bay. He's not going to be able to get there in time. Sensui secures the Lord here, and they retreat. They know they've won the objective.
What a last match we have, folks. Look at that. Barren bases for both teams. Boiling it down to 26 minutes of pure, unadulterated fighting. We got a slobber knocker on our hands.
Fast spawn here by the Lord. Blacklist needs to quickly clear up the minion waves. The minion wave up top will clear itself, so they're going to focus on the mid and the bot little by little. Bren still very defendable for them, but all throughout, Blacklist have just been stopping Kyle Teasy every time they see him.
Fireworks galore as well. Blacklist are now walking into the base.
We're going to see if Bren can pull off a defense once again. Holding that Lord there. The flicker goes in from Edward with the penalty zone. Do they have enough damage? Flapteasy on the backside. The Nether Realm going to be committed. Lord's still going to be up here. Super Marco's out of the picture.
Lord
This
is up.
the opportunity for Blacklist International to end the game, and they take game number 1.
The possibility of a sweep still lives